Alrighty, everybody, welcome back to Factorio Pyanodons. Today we're going to be trying to figure out if we could finish coal processing up a bit. Last episode, I believe we left off, we had just finished these planter boxes that have been automated. Now, I'm not... So, oop, that's a lot of carriaging. So, like I said, last time we left off, trying to gather my train of thought here. We left off making the planter boxes, and for the rest of the science, we're going to need a few more different things to automate. One of which, I believe, is... We can go ahead and get small parts out of the way. I feel like small parts aren't that, they're not difficult. So I'll tell you what, we will create a thing for it, like a little factory floor. We'll go small parts, we'll say 0.25, we don't need that many right now. But as you can see, these all take manufactured parts. You know what? Tell you what. Probably 1 a second would be all right. So we just need 5. Jeez, man, I'm losing my train of thought already, and the episode's just begun. We need 5 of these thingies. Yeah, that works. I'll take that. We also do need a bit of coal. Go figure. So we gotta keep our copper going, of course. Can't not have copper. Now I was afraid I'd have to put in that command again, the one where you or the one that I used to up my crafting speed a bit. Now I know I'm gonna have some people like kind of crucify this entire run because I used that cheat, but like whatever, you know. It's really not that big of a deal. Tell you what, I'll do it like this, so I can have ears, wire, sticks, bolts, small parts. And we do boom, boom, bam, bam, boom. Grab a chest. And we need kind of a lot of these, so I'll just do 3. And we'll fill these up with coal. And so now, actually, I think it's going to be better if I probably could have just swapped the recipes now that I think about it. But my dogs are barking. I apologize if you could hear that. I hope you can't. But I'm still troubleshooting some audio settings, making sure everything sounds good. So if you can hear them, I do apologize, but hopefully that's just a one-time thing for the time being. No promises, though. And then we'll have copper. Boom, bam. Okay, so that should be small parts. Oh, whoops. Okay, yeah, I can see why that would, why that would hinder it just a little bit. I mean, tell you what I could do. Pick up, drop, and drop it there. Yeah, that works. Bit janky, but it works. Except we're gonna need a little bit of stone bricks, but we got some empty planter boxes in there. We're making a little bit of small parts. These things take a lot of copper, so I think the next project we should really tackle right now is getting the copper furnace stack done, which is gonna take a bunch of plates, bunch of furnaces, bunch of everything. Effectively, it's gonna be a little bit of a project today, and I think that's the one we're going to deal with. I don't really know. I don't know what they're barking at. I think there's people mowing their lawn. They're going a little crazy. Oh yeah, you can totally hear them. I just saw my audio peak spike. That's a little annoying, but I really can't do anything about that. They're just gonna keep barking until they finish, which is kind of unfortunate because I was hoping that I'd get a little bit of peace and quiet today in this episode. Obviously that's not going to be the case, I guess. It's a crisp 8:19 in the morning, so I should have expected that someone was doing their lawn and stuff like that, especially this early in the day. But I don't know, I guess that's my fault. Poor planning on my part, to be honest with you. But it's whatever. It's whatever. Not the best, but also not the worst. So I'm chilling. But one thing we do have to do when it comes to the, you know, obviously the copper stack. I guess we just gotta make it low key. That's pretty much the only thing we really have to do is make the dang thing. And you know, it's not hard. Oh, what did I do? Oh, don't take those from me. I need them. Okay, so I'm gonna need way more iron. Oh no, I actually need more copper. Yeah, that's not surprising. So, yesterday I started playing a little bit of Factorio vanilla. Trying to get into Space Age. I'm roughly 2 hours in on that playthrough, so I'm pretty much right where we left off here in that playthrough right now. And it's pretty much the same in terms of like the vanilla early game. I'm hoping eventually though it gets a bit better, a bit quicker, but I don't think you unlock rockets until Blue Science anyways now, which honestly is a bit strange to say. Obviously I'm not an expert or anything on it. I don't really know what I'm talking about because I haven't played the rest of the fucking pack, or pack, I guess I should say mods, or DLC. I don't really know, but you know, it's a bit interesting. It's got. I've seen some weird recipes, like there's calcite in the world generation scrap and stuff like that. Now I have seen people play the. I have seen people play Space Age. I've never played it myself though, which is why it's a little interesting, a little cool. Adds a different flavor to the vanilla that I've never really played before. Now, I would like to get into SpaceX. I've heard SpaceX is super duper cool and really fun. However, SpaceX is huge. And from what I hear, it's vanilla, or it's more or less vanilla now, but also a little extra. I don't really know how to describe it, but that's what someone's told me. And I'm inclined to believe them, but you know, at the same time, it's a major overhaul mod that changes the way the game works fundamentally. So I don't think it's. I mean, genuinely, I do think it's like way bigger than that they're making it out to be. But you know, I don't really. I don't want to say like definitively that it's it's this. You know what I mean? Because I've never played it. It'd be wrong of me to judge a mod pack that I've literally never played. So yeah, they're still going at it. It's a little annoying. Yeah, I do apologize. They're going to be barking, I think, pretty much throughout this entire episode. Tell you what, I'm going to go, I'm going to be right back. I'm going to go, deal with that real quick. Okay, so I hopefully got them to be a little quieter. Sorry, I was just getting a little bit on my nerves there. But yeah, like I said, hopefully got them to be a little bit quieter. I think they thought I left or something. To like go to work or whatever. I don't really know. Because it's trash day today. It's Tuesday, so I went out to take the trash. So I think that might be that might be a little cause for concern in their eyes, I guess. It's a little funny. But on the plus side, now that we have our iron stack, we're actually doing decently in terms of iron output and whatnot, so we can get this furnace stack constructed fairly quickly, which honestly kind of surprising. I wasn't expecting it to be this easy to set it up. Might need to, I'd say we'd need an extra coal burner. Oops. That might help if we actually, you know, put a thing there. But now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set up that. Oh no. I'm gonna set up the ash output. Ash. Activity. Pop. Oop. Pop. Pow. Okay, so now, bam. Alrighty. So that should be some extra coal throughput that we didn't have before. And now all we have to do is set up a stack for copper. Shouldn't be too difficult. I believe we know. Yeah, 8. Isn't it the same recipe? I think it's the same. Yeah, okay, so it's the same ratio. So it's 10 furnaces to 8 miners. Jesus. Help me. I can't today. My mind's blanking on like everything. To be fair, I did wake up like 2 hours ago, which is surprising because I didn't go to bed till like 4 in the morning. Not the healthiest sleep schedule, I do gotta say, but I'm getting there. I'm trying to fix it. Just a little difficult, so to speak. I think I'm gonna. I'll put it like right here. Yeah, that looks good. That looks decent. Build the stuff for me, please. Okay. Now I need more iron. And yeah, so like I said in the last episode, this is going to be a trend for a majority of the early game stuff. We're just going to be running back and forth, picking up more and more resources, handcrafting, you know, yada, 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 until we can you know, get some things fully automated without the use of hand feeding at all. Which honestly will be a day in heaven. That'll be a really good day. So this is the ash line. This is coal. So I'm tempted to just, you know, yeah, I'm gonna pull off of this line. Because why not? Oh shoot. I gotta get it on that side. There we go. So now we should be mining copper. Might need more throughput than that. Yeah, I think we might. Well, 2 might be enough. Holy crap. That much ash already? I mean, yeah, it looks like it. Looks like it's enough. It'll take a bit for these ones to get fueled up and ready to go. Ah, StarCraft 2 quote. I forget what unit that is. Fueled up, ready to go. Probably the siege tank, not gonna lie. That sounds like some no, I think it's the Hellion. Now that I think about it. I don't know. If you guys don't know me, I'm a huge nerd. I like anything like sci-fi related. I don't know. I like everything sci-fi. It's super interesting to me. Like all of the fantasy plots and all that bull crap. Of course, though, if you're a nerd in this day and age, you know you get taunted a little bit. It's fine though. It's fine. Oh, I need copper for that. Shit. Yeah, that's something I didn't think about. Need copper for burning mining drill. Yep. Okay, well, that's fine. And of course, right as I start the episode, I start feeling a little hungry. But once again, poor planning on my part. Oh, I probably should have made burners. Whoops. Oh, well, I guess I have all of you running, so might as well use them. Bam. And of course, poor planning again. I forgot to have enough resources to actually build this thing before tearing down the old one. So we have to struggle with that now. Or well, I do. You guys get to watch me struggle, which is fun. So the one thing we're going to need to do is to do another one of those belt splitter thingies with the 13 inserters. I don't like doing those, but it's about the only thing we can do, to be honest with you, to actually split things off from sides of belts and you know, all that. It's a little annoying. I'll keep it real, but like I said, literally the only thing we can do. So we make inserters. I'm gonna need undergrounds too. Locate that section. I don't really like the fact that that's going underneath or like on top of a coal patch, but it's probably what it's probably the only thing we're gonna be able to do, to be honest with you. Whatever. Of course, I need more iron now. Yeah, I read somewhere on like a Reddit thread that you use a ton more copper than you do iron, which I'm genuinely starting to believe. It's kind of insane, actually, how much you end up using. I was gonna say, where? Am I losing it? What is going on? Okay, I'm actually not going to need these underground belts here. I can just use regular belts, so that's a bit helpful. But yeah, once we have this copper stack up, we'll start working on science again. Getting that all figured out and worked on. These. Lots of work just for a single stack, huh? That goes there, that goes there, that goes there. And then, of course, we need to bring in the copper, which is an entirely different story to begin with. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this one's the centerpiece. Ooh, the police are getting somebody. I can hear it. Dude, it is it's a pretty active day today. Lots of stuff going on in my neck of the woods. A little weird, I'm gonna be honest with you. It's a little strange. Normally don't hear police sirens over here. Oh, I mean you do for like speeding and whatnot. Where did that copper just go? Like I'm not. Am I losing it? Might be tweaking. Might be tweaking. No, because I could have sworn I just had a. I don't know. Whatever. Feed that. And like I said, I'm not a huge fan of how this is going to be running into the coal patch, but of course we can change it later. So it's, honestly, it's fine for now. If it gets the job done, it gets the job done. That's all I'm really worried about. Okay. Boom. And so there we go. We should have some kind of copper plates now. Very cool, very nice, very cool. But of course, we aren't done. We're not done yet, just yet. Of course, we got to get the splitter mechanism in. Honestly, we'll just hook it up right there. Call it a day. Just have it flow down like that. Sick. Awesome. We have our copper stack. Oh, not yet, not yet, not yet. I was wondering why only half of them were working. Forgot to actually hook up, of course, that copper input. So now we have a copper stack, which is awesome. Which also means we can come up here and delete these furnaces that we placed. And as you can see, the splitter is doing its work. However, it does sort of take like an output priority, which is fine. I think up until the lanes get fully saturated, we'll have issues with that, but I think for the time being, it should be all right. Yeah, see, because now these 6 are only working, so we're only filling up half the belt, which should be more than enough to keep this saturated. It looks like it. Looks like it'll be fine. A little nervous about that, of course. Always nervous about that, but should be fine. Should be fine. I think I'm stressing too much. But anyways, that'll hopefully get us to be able to kick off small parts productions and all that pretty soon. One thing I do want to automate though is the rest of our science. So we have small parts, 2 full planter boxes. We can actually make those, I guess. Ash and soil. And an empty planter box. Yeah, so we can do that right now, actually. So there's the soil, there's the planter boxes. And what else? The ash. So I think I'll stick to hand feeding for now. Probably just the better of the 2 options. The better of the 2 evils, I guess you could say. For the time being. Why? Why is there ash being put onto this belt? Oh my gosh, I'm a dummy. Yeah, that's why. It needs to be on the other side. Whoopsie daisy. Also means so now we just gotta wait for it to saturate back up with coal, and then should be good. Yeah, should be good. And of course, all the copper we picked up. Yeah, okay, it looks like it's working now. Dope. Awesome. So, like I said, now we can boom, 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 boom. Wow. And then that should do its thing. Oops. Oh, well, we do need to output it somewhere, I guess. There you go. Make some more small parts while we're at it. And I think that should do it. We'll have most of that automated, which is nice. And of course, we can continue researching coal processing. Because the sooner, honestly, believe it or not, the sooner we get that, the better. Gonna be completely honest with you. And of course, I forgot to feed my stone. Shit. So. Hooray, I guess. But hey, we are finally producing science again. And in the first, like, 30 minutes of the video, too, which is, honestly, I count that as a win. Excuse me, just taking a bit of water. Kinda have to, low-key. Gotta stay hydrated. Does it take iron? Oh, it does, okay. I was tweaking for a second there. I was like, what's going on? Aren't these making bolts? Aren't you making... Oh, it picked up the ore. What is going on? Not enough throughput, I don't think. Yeah, the throughput capabilities of these inserters suck. They absolutely suck. But it's better than nothing, so I'm not gonna whine and cry about it. I wonder when we get electric inserters. I know it's far away, but I don't know. Good to hope. I think obviously our first goal should be splitters, of course. Right here. So the progress bar, obviously you can see splitters, electric mining drill, burners, oil burners, rails, cliff explosives, and then locomotives. So we're gonna be at this, like I keep saying, for a while. It's gonna be a bit. Ooh, excuse me, yawning already. Oh, actually, you know what? Now that I think about it, if we just keep making these planter boxes, we don't even have to worry about needing stone bricks. We just have to keep up with the quote-unquote demand, I guess. I mean, I guess that's not even the right word for it. I don't really know. But what we can do, instead of handcrafting this, we can actually set up basic inputs. 3, 3. Boom. Boom. Oops. Just like that, we'll have semi quote-unquote automated science. I say quote-unquote because it's like, it's not fast, it's hand-fed, you know, yada yada. Whatever though, if it works, it works. And actually, I think I'm going to start using the kerogen as a fuel for these drills. I really don't have a use for it right now other than that, so I think it'll work. These things don't use very much fuel to begin with, and you know, it's a relatively shitty fuel. I think we'll be fine doing that. But yeah, we have some semi quote-unquote automated science. Very nice, very nice. And actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna set this on the corner and have 2 inserters on it, because you need 10 of these floras to make a science pack, and that's quite a bit to be, you know, doing 1 inserter at a time. So I think it makes more sense to just have 2. Yeah, as you can see, it's going by a little bit faster now, which is great. Of course, we are now out of wood, so we're not going to be making any planter boxes anytime soon. But hey, like I said, we've got to start. That's all that matters. Of course, we are out of iron here. Yeah, so now we just have to keep up with the actual production of everything. Making sure we have enough science packs to research coal processing, which I believe we do. And then, of course, once we do have coal processing, we're going to need to turn all of this raw coal into coke, which is going to be fun. And of course, right, before there is a recipe for coal, gas, and coal, rather, that we can use to get more coal, and that's coal gas from wood. However, we are going to have to hand feed that entire process most of the time. And that, like, it's just not viable to do at the moment, because we'll have to be constantly hand feeding logs into a wood chopper, and then the wood chopper has to be unloading this wood onto a belt and then feeding that process in its entirety. And we're going to have to do that constantly. And up until, of course, we get botany. Once we get botany and then the fast wood forestry and like the wood processing technology, it's almost like it's not even viable to do that. However, once we get that process started, we'll have the ability to go ahead and get that stuff done, which I'm honestly very excited for. That's pretty much right where I left off in terms of getting stuff set up, and we're setting record pace for me, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't get coal processing, I don't think, until 3 hours into my first game. But to be fair, we're getting there. We're about, you know, what is it, 25 minutes off from that. So, you know, we're getting there in terms of pace, but it's fine. It's fine. It'll work. And of course, we've got steel to work with as well now. Honestly, I do think it's kind of a big deal to go into crushers as soon as possible. I'd like to, anyways. So I think that's a technology I'm gonna get, because crushers would be, and it'd be stupidly helpful to get crushers and be able to sustainably keep them running. It would just be nice to have, to be honest with you. It really would. However, before we get distracted with that, we now have coal. We have coal processing. So let's go ahead and figure out a way to do that. So for now, like I said, we're going to need to get coal, or actually rather, we're going to need to get coke. And we'll say, well, actually here, better yet, we can swap the fuels for all of these things and then calculate what we're going to need based off of that. So switching to coke, we're going to need about 1.2 a second. Quite a bit, to be honest with you. But we can switch these as well. Okay. That is 2.4 Coke a second. And all of this doesn't really matter. We're still going to be using Carrigen for this process. So we need roughly, right? And I say roughly, we're going to need about, I'd say 5 a second. Just to keep it future-proof for the time being. So that takes that, and then we need this, and then actually mining it. Oop, that's the wrong one. Delete. Boom. Okay. So we're going to need about 14 miners and about 6, 7, 8, 9 destructive distillation columns, which is quite a bit. It's a lot of destructive distillation columns. But honestly, it's going to be well worth it. Well worth it to actually have all of that stuff on us, be able to switch fuels to something more efficient. It's going to be way better. Just trust me. It's going to take a lot of iron, so we're going to get it set up to in this episode, regardless if we get past the 2-hour mark or not. I want to get it done. So, I mean, we might as well. But you know, it just depends on when we get the iron to actually set all that stuff up. And I believe we'll get enough in due time. Oh, these are out already? What the hell? That didn't take long at all. That's worrying. Like, genuinely worrying. I also pasted these the wrong way. Whoopsie. Nah, for real though, that is... It's pretty alarming. Because the shorter or the smaller our iron goes, the long you have to actually travel for it. There's another one about 746k over here, which we can probably exploit. And this is the one we're probably going to end up having to crush alongside this one. Either that, we can turn this one primarily into steel production. I'm not too sure what we want to do with this yet. But for now, it'll get us through everything perfectly fine. Let's grab ourselves some more iron. 2 distillation columns. But yeah, so we're gonna need coke to fuel pretty much everything, because it's that important to do. Now, like I said, we are going to be switching to the more efficient coal gas from wood recipe because we get more coal. You know, later down the line once we get fastwood forestries and whatnot. But that's not for a little bit. I'd say about another 10 hours maybe. Because at that point we also need to get glass and all that. So it'll be fun. It'll be interesting. And then for engines, we're going to need aluminum, which is right here. And aluminum is an interesting one, mainly due to the fact that you don't really need a lot of it. Kind of just like set it down and leave, and you know, that's that. Oh. Let's get one more Carrigen. Okay. And then I guess speaking of aluminum, we'll go ahead and get my fluid mining out of the way. Don't need fluid pressurization right now. Simply no need for it. So soot gives us a few more ore, but we need to get coal dust for that. And I'm not too sure. Okay, coal dust has a fuel value of 3 megajoules. Interesting. Haven't played around with that yet. But seaweed is something we're going to need for petri dishes, and petri dishes are going to be what we need for moon drops. And then that'll get us into a little bit of the bioengineering side of things, which will be really interesting. Although, to be fair, I haven't actually done moon drops. I've mainly just gone into botany and then into moss and then wood processing pretty much straight away. Mainly due to the fact that it's a really interesting recipe. But on top of that, it's just useful as hell. But I think we want to do tar processing after mining fluid, or mining with fluids rather, just to get holy shit, 40-10 ore. That's 10-1. Dude, that is a horrible ratio. Dude, god dang. But we should try and get acetylene as quickly as possible, mainly due to the fact that hang on. Testing something real quick. Okay, so my dogs are still barking. Hopefully you can't hear it while I'm talking. I'm 90% sure you can. So I'm gonna go talk to him real quick. Get him to calm down just a little bit. I'll be right back. I just realized my microphone has been muted this entire time. That actually really sucks. I've been explaining what I've been doing for the past, like, I don't know, fucking 10 minutes. Oh, man. That really sucks. So, gonna have to edit that entire bit of silence out. But basically what I was explaining was, while we're waiting for some more iron plates to cook up for the distillation columns, I'm gonna chop up some logs so we can obviously get some more wood cooking. But also we're gonna bum rush wood crushing or wood processing. And once we get wood processing, it'll allow us to sort of automate this planter box bit. And of course, maybe even the actual science process itself. Which would be amazing. Not having to do this anymore would be really nice. But no, I feel like an idiot right now, because genuinely, I totally forgot I was muted. And just kept talking like nothing was wrong. And then realized, I looked at OBS, I was like, wait a minute. My audio's not going, ah. And then, you know, that's when I realized. And that is a bit unfortunate. I will be honest with you. That is a bit unfortunate. However, we should be fine. Should be fine now. But anyways, so for steel, right, we're gonna need a bit more coke for steel. I don't really think we need. Ooh, interesting. I don't think we need one a second right now, because it's a lot, like 15 foundries. That's a lot of coke a second. That's another. It's 7.4 a second. We'd have to go up to 10 a second probably for coke, and I don't really want to do that. So I'm going to lower this to about 0.25, which gives us about 4 advanced foundries, about another 1.2 coke, which I think genuinely that's a good ratio in my opinion. And then we're going to need another 5 iron ore miners to actually get that smelted down and whatnot. So about 4.1 coke a second. So we're already getting really close to that 5 a second. And that's, of course, on top of the boiler, which I didn't even mention, right? So we're going to be using coke like a lot. And like I said, it's an expensive recipe right now, which is sort of why I want to get the fastwood forestry down, because once we get the forestry done, we will be able to completely automate not only the science process, but also the process to get that coal gas done, right? And I think honestly, once we get the fastwood forestry, that's what we'll be focusing on the most, is getting that coal gas recipe down and ready, because it's so much better. It's such a better recipe. I'm kind of glazing it, but I'm glazing it for good reason. It's a good recipe. And you know, it's just a lot. But anyways, we need how many miners for coal processing? We need 14. That's quite a lot of miners. But I think we can pull it. I think we can do it. So honestly, we might as well just use the same setup we've got going on here. We'll just we'll do the funny and just pull the output, I guess. Well, the funny part is that we don't actually need that. Okay, so this is actually going to be a different design. And that's simply due to the fact that we don't have a coal line. You know what I mean? Like, we don't need it. We do need an ash line. I'll be honest with that. We need the ash line. But we do need Jesus, I'm blanking hard. We need the ash line. So we need the ash line, and then we can just pick up the coal from the main line. Not hard at all. In fact, it's so simple. I came up with this design earlier in my other playthrough. That's why I'm using it again. It's stupid efficient, so you know, why not use it again? But of course, you know, this was the playthrough that I neglected the fact that, you know, maybe I should deal with the ash, right? That was that playthrough. So you know, I just didn't deal with the ash, and it kind of screwed me. I'm not gonna lie. It made it stupid difficult to actually play the game, because, you know, every now and again I'd have to go and deal with a bunch of ash. So, and honestly, I could actually separate these, and I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna separate them out by like two spaces. So we'll copy, bam, bam, like that. Then we have another 2, so we'll expand it out again. It's not really where I want to put it. There we go. So we'll need more transport belts, but at the end of the day, we'll be able to actually throw the ash line directly against the directly against the miners and just have the bobs inserters do the heavy lifting for us. Not only that, it'll be a little bit faster. So ash throughput will be higher. And of course, our inserters. Pick up. Pick up. Use the filters to place ash on that line. Boom, bam. Boom, bam. Okay, and now we just need more inserters for the other side. And we should be good. How many do we need? 6? I'm dumb. That's 10. That is very obviously 10. I'm just a goober. Can't do math. Was it 10? Am I fucking... Oh. I can't count, apparently. I can't today. It's one of those days where you don't want to wake up. Everything's fucked. You don't even know why. You have to justify ripping someone's head off, you know? Everyone has those days. Especially with me leaving my microphone muted for like 10 minutes. Oh my lord, crucify me. Horrible YouTuber right here. So bad. Throw a log in there. Oh, pick it up for Christ's sake. Dude. Dude. There you go. Jeez. Okay. So there is that. Obviously, we're going to need to get rid of the ash. So in before more belts and inserters. You know, all that. Hey, we are almost done. That's, or well, at least almost done with the miners. You know, then we obviously have to go to the distillation columns themselves. And guess what? We're actually going to have another recipe we got to deal with, which is iron oxide. So we're going to have to turn that into copper plates and or store it. And I think honestly our best bet right now is just turn it into more iron plates, because why not? We need the iron plates, so why not make them? You know. So I think that's what we're gonna end up doing. For the tar and the coal gas, really don't have anywhere to put the coal gas, which actually reminds me. Where is... Okay, there's our gas vents. Dogs are barking again, which is awesome. I don't know what they're barking at. I really don't. I don't know what they're barking at. It's insane. They've been going at it for like 3 hours today. I don't get it. Also, this thing's massive. Fucking huge. Literally one of the biggest buildings I've ever seen in Factorio. And then, of course, you've got these as well. These are pretty big, too. So it's what? 6-3? I don't think I can put them right next to each other, but we'll see. And of course I placed them too close. And we'll actually... I don't think we're going to be able to. I don't know. Looks like we might. It'll just be... It might actually make it cheaper to expend that gas too. Because right now we don't actually need coal gas. It's mainly, as far as I'm aware, it's mainly used for... what is it? Aluminum. Getting aluminum. So that'll be fun to set up. It's honestly not that bad. It really isn't that bad. For the tailings pond, I think I'm gonna put it below, just for the simple case of I don't want to move it. I don't want to move liquids too far. What is it? But we're gonna need a lot of inserters, a lot of belts. Yeah, we're gonna be pretty busy making this today. But hey, I mean, at least, you know, at least we're making it. That's something to be proud of, at least. And then, of course, once we do end up making it, we're gonna need to replace all of these coal lines with coke, which is way easier said than done. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. It's 5 a second. It's quite a bit. I'll be honest. It's quite a bit of coal. Raw coal, rather. And you know, this recipe is not efficient at all. You get so little coal for what you're actually doing. It's insane. But it's about the only thing we can do to get coal right now. Like I said, you know, with the game being how it is, you know, like I said, we're probably not going to get wood processing for quite some time. And I think we ran out of science in the machine. So I'm actually going to go back over here real quick and pick that stuff up. And what? We're out of wood already? What are you missing? Oh, bricks. Yeah, that'll do it. But back over here, set up these 3 distillation columns for coal. So, you know, of course, once we get the coal, we're going to need to do something with the tar and obviously the coal gas. So for now, we're just going to vent it into the atmosphere. Once we unlock aluminum, we're going to need to save the coal gas. As of right now, we can't save it. And that sole purpose, the sole reason rather, is because of the fact that we don't have a storage device for it. There we go. Cannot think of words today. My mind's just blanking on everything. It's just like this yesterday. And of course, iron as soon as we need it. Typical Factorio things, to be honest with you. Alright, so we need way more inserters than that. We need pipes too. Pipes are fairly expensive right now. And more power poles. Need way more of those. So want to look at this. So it's 10 raw coal for 3 coal, 20% iron oxide, 60 coal gas, and 30 tar. Horrible recipe. For this, it's even worse, low key. Damn. All right. Well, we gotta try it, right? So, might as well give it a shot. We do need a way to get rid of the iron oxide, however. So we'll go ahead and set up a filter for that, and then we'll bring the coke up here. Do the same thing. We'll just filter that off. We're gonna need a bunch of underground pipes for this. And a bunch of regular pipes as well. 3. Don't know why I'm counting. I can just literally just visually look at it. Oh shit. My goober ass. I'm not even connecting the damn things. I love the pipe visualizer. It's so nice. It's such a good addition to Factorio, I'm not gonna lie. Only, right? If only I had, you know, more more iron. Is this 1 plate a second is not really enough to do what I'm doing in terms of like just throughput capability. But it's the best we're gonna get right now. So I am completely okay with it. Once we get crushers, I think we'll be able to expand a bit better. We'll be able to be more sustainable, per se. But right now, no. I don't even want to attempt it without crushing. Let alone inserters. I think that's actually something like really big I want to do is get not inserters, splitters. Splitters are going to be very helpful. They're very far into the game, however. I'd say around 30 hours just to get in, and even then you're effectively already a mega base. Like it's pretty insane. You need a lot of stuff to make certain things here. A lot of buildings too. Like I said earlier in the previous episode, Hellmod was like freaking out, genuinely tweaking whenever I pulled out the the fastwood forestry stuff. It said I needed like 40,000 buildings, which obviously I don't think is right for 1 wood a second. Well, might be, but I don't know. It was a stupidly large number for buildings, and I was like, I'm not building all that. I'm not building all that. What happened to all of our iron? Dude, what? Dude, that's fucking insane. What? How is it going by that quickly? We're about to have to move that one already. Dude. That's horrid. What the fuck? Dude, that's... I should have turned the richest up way more. But, I mean, it's whatever. We're gonna need to move and get that. Yeah, we're gonna have to go and grab that iron supply way sooner than I thought I was gonna. Low key. Kinda sucks. Is the type of shit we have to do in Pyanodons, which is completely okay. Don't know why I'm doing that. Could just do pop, pop, pop. And combine them like that. Boom. All right. So there we go. We have everything. We have the fluids routed. Now we need the solids routed. And we also need to make room for power poles. So that being said, I think we'll do something like that. And we need more logs. So we're gonna go grab some more of those. Yeah, it's just a bit tedious is all. Just going back and forth, chilling, relaxing. Be easy. I think my dogs have finally stopped barking. Hopefully I didn't just jinx it. Kind of suck. Yep, there we go. Well, I guess that one had like 14 left, but at that point it's not even worth mining it at that point. Oh. Yeah, that's an issue I didn't see coming. Yeah, where are they supposed to put their ash? But now they need coal. It's fine. It'll be fine for now. I don't really want to focus on it anymore. We just need more iron. Okay. Force throughput's still really bad. Phenomenal. Absolutely great. Ah, squeak through. Whatever would I do without you? Damn it. I forgot about that little bit. Alright, I'm hoping that's more than enough throughput. Yeah. So now we need to hook this up to power, which is going to be easier said than done. So I think we're going to need to get some more logs. Yeah, yep. Yeah, we are. Thank God there's some right here, because I did not want to have to go back down to that forest patch for like a 4th time. But we'll go ahead and mine these out of the way. Some more power poles. Boom. Okay, let us see the result. Forgot to put the output inserters. That would be something I forget, I'm not gonna lie. Also, I need one more length of pipe. And one for good measure. Okay, and then maybe that's enough throughput. So is it, it's not venting the coal gas, is it? No, it's not. Damn it. Hoping I could avoid doing a long string like that, but doesn't look like I'm going to be able to do that. So, more iron! Hooray, yippee! We got finally some iron trickling into the top furnaces, so we have a bit more throughput than normal. Well, I should say normal, but it's double-sided. It's not meant to be so terrible, but you know, it's better than nothing. We'll take it. We'll take it. Okay, then obviously you gotta, before I forget, gotta do the output for these. Of course, gotta split off the iron oxide again. Whoops. We'll worry about that, the rest later. Okay, so coal gas. What are we doing with it? Got to get rid of it. So what we have to do, set up all of these output lines. We just set all of those to each other. Still not letting me remove that, which is super annoying. Don't know why it's not letting me get rid of that. It says middle click to clear. I'm clicking middle click. It's just not doing anything. So that's a bit annoying. We just have those there for no reason, I guess, now. Which is super fun and dandy. So we actually need a belt right there. So I think we need to take it out another 2. And that's where we'll put the gas venter. And then we just do the same thing on this side. Luckily this side's a bit easier. Not many outputs to deal with. But once we get everything connected, we should be venting quite a bit of coal gas into the atmosphere. And then that should be our throughput done. Make a bunch more belts. Then we'll go ahead, have these 2 line up with each other and then make a belt. Actually, we'll extend it just a little bit. Boom. Okay. Now we're ready to finally get this thing, you know, separating out all of this well, it's not useless, but it's pretty useful raw coal. It's just not as useful as coke, right? So we're gonna go ahead and get that fixed up. So first things first, we're going to get, just gonna do that. Ash. I don't even think that's going to be able to pick it up. We're just in like a perpetual cycle of having to fucking... I don't know, whatever. Okay. And there's our 5 coal gas a second. Looks like we got a bit of iron oxide on there too. Hopefully that's not too common of a theme. Right now, I'm gonna throw it into a box because I don't really want to deal with it right now. But it looks like we may have stagnated. That's because the output's full, and this can't get cold because of the iron oxide. Or yeah. Yeah, so this is just annoying. This happens every now and again where it just gets clogged with iron oxide, and there's really nothing I know, like, there's nothing I know I could do about it. Like, I'm not too sure what to do about it unless, like, I just route the entire thing back around in a loop and just pick off the iron oxide like that. And honestly, it might be a good idea. But as you can tell, right, the coke hasn't really propagated throughout the entirety of the system yet. It's getting to the boilers, which is nice. We can never have this thing clogging, because if it clogs, we are screwed, like royally. Right? Like it is very bad for this thing to clog, and if, you know, like I said, if it does, it's really bad. So our goal, rather, is to not let this thing clog. So if in the event that it does, you know, we hopefully should be able to clear it rather quickly. Of course, with all things considered, that's not always possible. There we go. Now we just have it going around in a loop, picking up iron oxide as we go. And so hopefully that will prevent it from building up to the point where this just stops working entirely. Or so I think, right? But we do produce a ton of iron oxide through this recipe, like through these 2 recipes. We're already at 100. But obviously that's not many plates. It's only about 4 or 5, I think. It's really not much. But a bit more science we can do. Get some small parts. Gears. Means no iron. Go ahead and just throw this iron in there. So we can make some more small parts. Once we make more small parts, get more iron, science, get more science equals more research, more passive research anyways. And then that's the faster the faster we can get, you know, wood crushing, or well, automated wood processing, which will be huge. That's going to be a huge project we have to undertake. And I would like some more iron a second to do that, but you know, with our current throughput issues, it's going to be few and far between before we end up doing that. Bunch of bricks. Actually, I think what we're going to do is we're going to travel over to that iron ore and basically just set up another furnace stack, maybe a bit of a larger one than the one we currently have, because obviously 1 iron a second is awful. Really don't want to go through this tree line because we don't have grenades, but we do have some bots. So how do I? Yes. Log. I believe it's right above me now. Yep, there it is. Tiny iron ore. Tiny iron ore vein. Oil sand. Looks like that's another copper mine or copper field. So I don't know why the Pyanodons preset makes the ore field so small. I really don't, because you need a ton of iron and all that jazz. It's a little annoying, but you know, at the end of the day, it's Pyanodons mods. I don't get a say in what gets developed in those mods. I don't think so. I mean, if I do, that's sick, but I doubt it. And we're, of course, running low on iron again. Go figure, right? So now that we have coke, I keep feeding these fucking companion drones. I don't mean to. They already have a ton of fuel. The coal in them alone is fueling them for like hours. Been like 4 hours and they still have like 40 fuel in them. Yeah, see, this is annoying. I don't really mind that this one is out because we still have at least 14 that are running, which is fine. Well, I actually have 15 that are running, but I don't really care. Like this works. I'm okay with this. From what, so copper, of course, is doing all right for itself. Coke is being propagated slowly throughout the entire system, which is great. Once it saturates everything, we should have enough to do everything with, which will be fun. But other than that, I wouldn't even say we're ready to do anything other than those 2 things, because I mean, you know, we need to start getting aluminum and steel, which is going to be really fun to make. Because we're going to need a ton of iron for it, and our iron per second is really bad. At least our iron ore per second is really bad. So I think in the next episode, we're going to have to make obviously a better iron mine, way more iron. We're going to need way more iron than what we're mining right now. simply because of the throughput issues, but we are going to have to exploit this iron ore patch as well, simply for the steel. And then, hopefully, after that, we'll be able to do a bunch of other stuff. I do have crushers, I think. I don't have crushers. And I won't get those for a while, according to this. But we're gonna move that up in the queue because we honestly need that better iron recipe really bad. But we are trying to get everything to work. Obviously, it's a little difficult. Being that this mod is so tedious, and I wouldn't really say strict. Strict isn't a good word, but you catch my drift. This mod it's Pyanodons, It's gonna be a little weird. But like I said, I think I'm gonna call it here for the night, for the day. Not really a 2-hour long session, but we got copper furnace stack and the coal distillation column done, which is what it's what we said we were gonna do last episode. So that's awesome, absolutely phenomenal. I'm actually gonna take a quick little screenshot of that. Preferably without my character and companion bots in it. Just so we can get, good little thumbnail going. Alrighty though. Yeah, I think we're gonna call it there. Yeah, we'll go ahead and call it there. We like I said, we managed to get the copper stack going, the copper furnace stack going, and the coke production underway. So I think all in all, we had a very productive episode today, and all in under 2 hours, which is, I'd say, a win in my book. But yeah, I will go ahead and see you guys tomorrow for another episode. See you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye.